want to say sorry. I want to say sorry to my clients tonight in the April Fitness Challenge. Hi, Maria. I only ever jump onto a Facebook Live when I'm really inspired to share, and I'm really inspired to share this right now. That I'm really sorry to my clients for forgetting to teach them tonight at 7:30 p.m. because for about the last 4 hours I have been on a phone call with the most amazing sister who was in awe of me about 5 years ago, at my book signing for the book I wrote. And she's been on a most amazing journey, and she's held space for me tonight for well over 3 hours, 4 hours. I was sitting in the car for like 3 hours, and then I've been home for a whole hour. So she's literally, we've been talking. She's a friend of mine, and she's become a really good friend of mine recently through our connection to working with the Divine Feminine. And I know her from Facebook, and she lives a long way away from me, the other end of the country, but she's been going through to London, and she's been coming to spend a few hours with me, and we have this connection together where we just like on the same frequency. We're living in the present, we're living our truth. We are both teachers and students at the same time. And the gift I've been given tonight is that I've always felt like I have really... Thank you for listening to me, by the way. If anyone's listening to me, let me know. I don't know everybody that's on here at the moment. I don't know you really well, and I'm aware that this is quite vulnerable sharing. But the reason... Oh, thank you. The reason I'm sharing this is because I feel it's important to share. Because that's what I do. That's who I am. And I step out of comfort zones. And in order for me to teach and be the teacher that I am, it's really important that I am constantly walking my walk and not just talking my talk. And that's been important to me for a long time now. I was the yoga teacher that smoked when I was running retreats. I was eating my healthy food and then round the back having my cigarette. And I was very ashamed of that. But we only grow, we only become more of who we really are by loving the parts of us that aren't being who we really are. And so I've come a long way in my teaching because I've always been willing to go to my edge, to look at what is it that's stopping me? Why am I holding myself back? And everyone who I've had contact with, everybody in my life, I have always been the teacher. I've always been the one holding space for them. Even in my marriages, they were unconscious. They were loving and beautiful, but they were not conscious relationships. And so I have been on this journey to meeting all the parts of me that are ready to come up into the light. And to go on that journey is not an easy journey. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody to allow yourself to be or your layers to be peeled away and to meet parts of you. So because I've always been the teacher, I had one coach, one woman, well, a few people, but one main woman I went to over a period of about over 20 years. Thank you for those messages. I'll have a look at this later. You know what I'm like. I lose my trail of thought if I stop and answer you, but please ask anything that you want to ask, or please give me any feedback. But I've always been the one that people come to. And I had to pay for my coach. And what happened in the last 12 months, particularly in the last 6 months, is that my coach became my friend and a really close friend. I'm running a retreat with her in Malta, where she lives, in an amazing house that she's created with sacred geometry and feng shui. And she's an amazing space holder. She's an amazing coach. She's a phenomenal coach. And I will put a video of her and I chatting that I've got on YouTube somewhere. We had a conversation on YouTube last year, and I will put it in the comments, because this woman who was my spiritual coach for 20 years, I really longed to have a friend who could meet me in the place that I was at the depth and the sole purpose of coming through here to meet all the parts of us so that we could be more fully who we are, and to be willing to do the work, and to be willing to meet parts of us that were not nice, and the parts of us that were wounded and abandoned and lost and not wanting to be here. And when somebody can hold that level of depth for you, which I can do for people as well, like hold such depth, because I've been there. I've been there. I've experienced it myself. I watched my first husband die, aged 25, virtually in my arms. I carried our babies into the hospital for them to say goodbye to their daddy. Like, that's my story. I was a widow at 25. That's my story. But that was the baseline for me over many years of tobacco smoking and preaching fitness and all of the other things that happen in life. And the work I chose to do, and then I discovered authentic communication. And all of these current trends of spirituality usually attract younger people. Like, if we want to talk about age, like, there are women my age that go to conscious dance, but like when you're really connected to who you really are, age is so irrelevant. Like the programming, the conditioning on this planet is so crazy, because everybody really in their truest essence would be dancing and expressing and connecting and meeting each other and having amazing relationships at that very, very deep level. We have not been taught how to do this. So those of us who are doing this work have come here to experience a whole load of fucking hell and challenges, and we've come through them, and so that we can hold that space for other people. So I've become really good friends very recently with the woman, the beautiful goddess that was my coach. But what's also happened tonight, and the reason I called this sorry, and the reason that I didn't show up tonight for my people on that we were only doing 20 minutes of exercise, and I wasn't sure, a few people couldn't make it tonight. So it wasn't a lot of people that I let down, but I was in an intense conversation with a friend tonight who basically is fucking amazing. Absolutely incredible, powerful woman who holds the same frequency that I hold. Like, really, really powerful. And I have very deep friendships. I have very deep friendships. But what was so beautiful for me tonight was that I had a friend was met through Facebook. No, I didn't. I met her at my book signing. But we've been friends through Facebook and programs and stuff. I wasn't the teacher. And she really took me to a place tonight. Really took me a place tonight where I was cracked open. Where I was cracked open.
I wish I could read all these. Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, Guy. Absolutely. And you know, look, we know this. It's true. It's all true. But there is a quality to space holding by the divine feminine that is not in the head. It's not in the head. It's in the feeling body. It's in the intuition. It's in the space holding. It's in the dropping out of the questions, dropping out of the head. And really getting so fucking honest with ourselves. Like the last 2 or 3 days, I have been in this frequency that everybody is at some level feeling. Like this frustration, like this boredom, like this, I gave up my business. I gave up my business, my whole business, apart from coaching and CBD oil, but I gave up a big business to pursue truth. And I've been on this journey of common law, and I'm in my rebel energy. And when I started talking, my friend said to me, that's yours. That is yours. That is who you are. That's when you come alive. That's how you speak your truth. When you connect, and I teach people how to do this, by the way, because as a teacher, if you're not constantly being met in that place, you're not going to grow. You cannot be the teacher without being the student. You just can't. You cannot. And so I was so engrossed in this conversation tonight, and not just the conversation, she just held space for me and brought me to a place. And she said, I wouldn't normally do this for people. I would charge hundreds and hundreds of pounds, so much money for what I've just done with you and been with you. And then I felt my teacher want to come in with her, and it's like this dance of energy was just so fucking powerful. And I thought, wow. This is a new level of friendship. This is a new level for me. I find it difficult. Don't want this to come out wrong. Fuck it, say it. She said to me, say your truth, speak your truth. I found it really fucking difficult to not have people around me who are able to access the amount that I can access, and for it to be normal, okay, beautiful, deeply connective, without holding any parts of me back, without trying to people please, or trying to be sweet or nice or feminine or gentle or any of that, but just to fucking be me, fucking be me. And I know that everybody listening to this video, everything I'm saying, turn it in, because we are all going through this together. We're all collectively going through this. What I'm going through is the collective energy. It's not just all mine. We are all in this together. And so I'm speaking to you as well as what I've experienced landing in me tonight. Confirmation confirmation and feeling it in my womb, feeling it in my womb, and trusting that when I feel it, whatever it might be, when I allow what I hadn't even been aware of, that somebody has allowed me to meet because I've been vulnerable enough and willing enough to meet those parts of me that would rather just find a defense mechanism and say, oh no, I can't go there. Or to go out and have a meal, or to go and have a glass of wine, or to whatever, go on holiday, whatever. Like, so many people at the moment are running away from themselves and running away from who they really are because of the fear of appearing to be too powerful, too much, and many women have had this. You are being too much like this. I remember singing in the car. We always, as children, sang in the car on holiday. Like, we'd sing all the way there. You know, there were four of us, and my mum and dad or my granddad, and the kids would take it in turn of singing. My grandmother always promoted dance, singing. And then my last long-term relationship, luckily we weren't married, we went on holiday one day with the kids, because these were, now the kids had lost their father through a death, and then they had a stepfather, and then in their teens they had another man who came in as their father, so to speak. And he absolutely hounded me for singing in the car. He told me I was showing off and to stop singing. And I'm somebody that if you play music in the car, are you with me? Give me a heart if you're with me. Who's listening to me? Because I'm really, hi Guy. I'm looking forward to reading your comments. Everybody's in this one. Yeah. Totally, Guy. Totally. I forgot what I was saying now. I've forgotten what I was saying now. But, what was I saying? Who can remember what I was saying? Mandy, can you remember what I was saying? I was talking about holding this amount of frequency and resonance. And so I can't remember what I was saying now. I'm sorry. I'll put it in the comments if I listen to this back, which I probably won't. If anyone remembers, let me know what I was saying. I was just curious to know if I was sitting here talking to myself or not. But so we had this long, deep conversation, like really, really, really. And she took me to a place that no one else has a friend, like not a friend has had the powerful match of my heart energy, who has done the work, who is a coach, who has invested a lifetime in connecting more deeply to her divine feminine, to her true nature. All the shit, all the mess, all the yuck. And to have that, and even to the point where she said to me, if you were in my inner circle of friends, because we've only sort of new friends, like we haven't, like my inner circle of friends over the last 2 years, like I have been peeling people away. Like even tonight, because my brother's running for local area candidate or something for one of the parties in St Albans, like I even applied to go back into the St Albans group tonight, and I had my request turned down, because I won't go into that. But when you only ever stand in your truth, not everyone's going to like you. People are going to be threatened by your power, if I'm speaking to anyone else there. And we are magic makers. We make magic. but we're not going to always be popular. And we're certainly not always going to be the one that has the full room at the beginning of the stage in the journey. Like when I used to teach, or when I used to go to yoga classes in London, I never went to the really busy packed classes. The teachers I loved were the ones that only a few people went to, and they could see the mastery of these teachers. And I would travel miles to go to a Pilates teacher. Like my Pilates teacher used to travel from London to New York because she felt the value in going to New York to have a Pilates lesson. And I based my life very much on that, or so I thought. So I thought. And what's been so amazing about the breakthrough that I've had tonight, thank you, Coco, is that that's what I was saying. I've just remembered what I was saying. I've just remembered what I was saying earlier. What she said about the circle of friends. Remember I was talking about the circle of friends earlier? I said something to her as if I was pulling information out of her, which the feminine doesn't do. And she said, if you were in my inner circle of friends, I would have been very honest with you and said, no, you're sucking my energy now. And I hadn't meant to be doing that to her, but I suddenly had this incredible breakthrough that I haven't had. I thought I had the deepest friendships, even though it's been peeling away. But I have never had another woman meet me there before, apart from Fiona, who is now gone from being my coach to my friend, and we're running a retreat together. If you would like to come and join us or join our frequency and hang out for 6 days, that's what we are doing. And that's what, she's on a course this week, but that's what we're going to be promoting from next week. But when you have that level of deep honouring and deep respect and deep trusting in your truth and feeling into a frequency, feeling into the truth, that's a felt thing. That's the divine feminine. It's not about working it out up here. It's not about going to a tantra class and learning how to stimulate your pelvic floor, for example. You know, it's about, and I've really, where was I the other day? I was somewhere, and someone was talking about pelvic floor. I can't remember what it was now. But we've become so mechanical in everything, and everything has to have logic to it, because we've been taught not to trust the gut and not to just drop into the softness of the womb space, the gut feeling, the intuition, the knowing, the truth. And if you haven't ever experienced that kind of connection, I want to let you know that it's fucking amazing, and it's available to every single living man and woman. And that we are always either expanding or contracting energetically. Thank you for any messages. Let me know how you feel, what comes up for you when I say that, because I felt very humbled tonight, and it's why I completely lost all track of time, of space. And it's one thing that both of us have committed to in our lives right now is to really honour where we are now and how we want to connect into who we really are. And Coco, thank you for for really, really taking me to that place tonight and allowing me to feel and honour and respect all the parts of me that I haven't had access to, before. And this is part of the collective that's going on at the moment. This is part of the frequency. At some level, oh bless, thank you for the hearts. At some level, we're all going through this. We're all going through this in different ways. We're all going through this. Different circles of friends, different jobs, different financial status, different way we run our day, different relationships, just different. And that's how we evolve. We're either expanding or contracting, because if you just stay the same, you're going to end up just dying. The only way we can tap into this 5D frequency, to this radiance, to this divine masculine and feminine, to this God consciousness, the only way we can get there is to be here now with whatever is showing up. Like, don't sit there on a live and pretend everything is fine and only come on when you're shiny and smiley. That's fucking fake. This is a fake world. And that's why I was talking earlier with Elon Musk about, like, I don't feel it. I'm not feeling it. If you are, brilliant. Great. I'm happy that you can feel into your feeling. And I tell you what, that Piers Morgan, right? My sister said to me, I phoned my sister last night and she said, oh, there's a program with Trump. Now, I haven't watched any social media today at all. And I haven't spoken to anybody about anything. I've been teaching today and I've spent 4 hours with Coco in my own process. So I don't know what's being said out there. But I just put a post earlier today saying, Elon Musk, my gut tells me no. My gut tells me no. My gut tells me no. I trust my gut. I trust my gut. Because this world is fake. And that's it, isn't it? It's a fucking fake world. I'm not going to come on here and be all lovey-dovey. It's fucking fake. It's fake. It's fake. And you're fake and I'm fake. We've got to look. We've got to meet those parts of us that are being fake. Because you are fucking awesome. You are amazing. You are powerful. And you're hiding away from it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Guy, you are fucking great. The only reality is the one that holds the delusion. Yes! See, I was meant to be talking about or studying my common law tonight. So many things I need to be doing. But the truth is, I have to stay in my, I have to go where the thought goes, the energy flows. But bollocks. Forget that. Never mind where the thought goes. It's where the energy goes, where you put your attention, where you put your focus. And I realised from talking to Energy, I realised I had a friend called Energy. I realised from talking to Coco tonight, something landed in me. Something landed in me. I turned into an American or an Australian. Oh God, I'm going into entertainer mode. Maybe I should have been a comedian. Good to see you. I better go, otherwise I'm going to talk all night. Nice to see all of you. Have a good evening. I haven't stopped talking now for about 5 hours. And no, I'm not. No, I haven't. I haven't even eaten yet. I am fully expanded, alive, excited, and full of excitement, love, passion, compassion, heart, anger, rage. And that's it. One word down below. Let me know if you've been with me. One word. Give me one word. Tune into how you feel right now based on my share, based on what I've just shared. Give me one word to tune in how you feel. How do you feel right now? That's how I end my heart circles. Just one word. We normally do 3 words. How do you feel right now? I feel gratitude.
Hi Yasmin, hi Crystal, hi Drew.
I feel gratitude to Coco to spending 4 hours with me tonight, giving me a free, I didn't mean to grab a free coaching session off her, but for me to be with another friend who's able to meet me and push me to a new edge and to love me in it and to feel that depth of connection. That's what I'm grateful for. That was more than one word. Lots of love. Night night.